Hi lovelies, welcome back to our channel. Tumamiss sana na tunajua pia mmetumiss. Ama ni aje?
Ndio mmenimiss, mmetumiss. Yaani mlikuwa mnauliza tutakuja sana yake sasa
hivi. Finally here. Okay. Guys, acha niwaambie disclaimer.
Usianze please.
Nyamaza.
Whatever she says is a lie.
By the way, podcast lazima tuwe na tani.
It's a lie.
So guys, any single time, because for those who don't know, I have a YouTube channel. Namundo kama ni subscribe.
Yeah, go show her love, yeah. Because
so niko na YouTube channel, so I can't manage everything. It will be so overwhelming for me. So each channel yetu ni Grace and I manage. So in case muone videos ziko late, you know where to go. Okay? In case muone, mulizeni leo amekuja to shoot saa ngapi? Literally, guys, mulizeni saa 7.
I'm a busy lady.
Anyway,
niko shule. Sasa nitafanya.
Acha tusicheke, tusiongelee hiyo mambo sana.
Anyway,
so guys, but we'll be dropping content for you. Karibia sana. And then mnaweza kuwa mna drop suggestions hapo chini what you will want us to talk about.
What do you want to know about us?
Yeah. Na mtufollow on our social medias because tutakuwa tunapost tuko tukiwauliza ni nini mnataka, okay? So yeah, get us into the video.
So, today we're going to have a discussion that is, for me, inahitaji my vulnerable self. So guys, I know I'm doing this part of it. But yeah, we're going to talk about self-love and just some few questions. But it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And that's like, it doesn't mean that we are perfect.
Yeah.
But we're just gonna share our experience and some few advices to see motivational speakers, but few. So yeah, tune in. Mimi ndo nakuuliza, wewe ndo unaanza kwanza. So the first question is
so guys, hope it encourages somebody out there. So we'll be doing simnajua tutakuwa tuna get not intimate.
My lord, I wonder. Check you them.
Yeah, wadenye umesema.
Vulnerable. We're gonna be vulnerable. Intimate.
Going to be getting vulnerable, true to ourselves. Juu tunataka tu bond na nyinyi like, you know.
And even you can put your comments, like tell us about how you learn to love yourself, your experience.
Yeah. Share hapo chini. Wow. And guys, mkumbuke, please subscribe. You need to subscribe.
Kwanza mimi nimekasirika. How can 121 people watch and then 27 don't subscribe?
Imagine. Like
don't be haters.
100 of you guys are watching us. Like we are pick to na subscribe. You guys want to subscribe.
Just niku click to button. It will
be by the way.
By the way, hata si fake bob. Please. Okay, bas tunaomba.
Yeah. Please subscribe them to motivate.
Yeah, and even share the link to other friends because you never know. Maybe if you're not your type of content, but maybe a friend of your friend, this is what they would love. So yeah.
So let's get into it. Manga sana.
So question 1, what does self-love mean to you?
What does self-love mean to you? Okay. But self-love to me is just being authentically yourself and not having to filter who you are, what you stand for, in like ndo accommodate watu wengine. Like in short, ni kama kukua real. Me, my definition of self-love. Just being real, just being authentically yourself. It doesn't matter like ukoaje ama aje because most of the times tunaficha so many things behind closed doors. Maybe you're a drunkard but you want to show people me I'm not a drunkard. Maybe you're
a Christian, you don't
want to show people. So me self-love is just being authentically yourself and you don't feel apologetic about it. Like hauko afraid kuonyesha watu who truly you are and what you stand for. So that is self-love to me. What about you?
For me, I feel like it's just simple as choosing yourself. Like in any situation. That's how I get it. Like it's accepting yourself, like knowing yourself and choosing yourself. And for self-love is a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of topic, you know. But for me, I feel like it's just choosing yourself and now like just choosing yourself daily. This second question. Oh no.
Let's go to the second question. So guys, these are the questions that we... Okay, these are the questions. Guys,
please.
Okay, second question is, what was your worst episode that made you feel you need to love yourself more? Like, what was that point enye ilikufanya ufeel like, wow, for real, nafani take hii kitu ya self-love? For real, like, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you're gonna say release. Release yourself. Release.
So, what's my worst episode now? Oh, damn.
In your life?
What? The worst episode that I've ever had. I feel like, what? Story, guys.
Story come?
Kuna mtu anakonga TikTok, by the way, like anapiganga stories za watu. So, she always says, I think nimekutumia video yake? I don't think so. I think nimekutumia. Alikuwa anasema ati it's like the way alikuwa anaongelanga mostly about relationships. So akianza kusema story TikTok. Zinaanga 45 ama 30 minutes. Anakuambia take a snack, take a drink. Kama wewe unakuinama, tafuta mtu akushikilie. So I'll do the same thing. Take a drink. But anyway, so
sit, relax. guys, ama nishikilie subject.
Wewe kwenda huko
Taleta.
So self love for me, I think I've never like known what self love until recently. Okay, so I'll just say the yes, okay, no hapana. So like I am a people pleaser. So being a people pleaser doesn't go well with loving yourself. So whatever I always did is satisfy people and neglect myself, to a point that it was so worse. I had a break. I think I've never told this story. I had a break out with my friend group, and it was really bad, and it was one of the worst moments. And
for you,
yeah. And one thing, me growing up, I have learned, like, I didn't know how to cry. I didn't know how to cry. Like, you can even, like, I was talking to one of my friends, and I can be like, we've known each other for 17 years, and she has never seen me cry. And that's true. Like, yeah. So yeah,
she has never seen you
exactly
cry.
And she was my best friend.
She's never seen you cry. How?
See, I've never cried.
And me, I've seen you so many times.
I've never. I can even count for you. What I'm clear. Where? Ule.
Oh, you're a cry baby.
I'm not. I've started crying juicy. I swear to God.
So this
and I feel like
going to reveal so many things I don't know about you. Guys, I was today old. And I knew you are not a cry baby. Like,
no, right now I am. But kitambo.
But even kitambo do
no.
You are crying.
Now where? I swear to God, I don't think.
Like no, for example, guys, mtu akuja niulize, like between a cry baby and someone who's strong, me know you like you're a cry baby.
Like me, I've learned, like nikiwa in my younger self, I've learned to suppress it. Like to be like, ni sawa tu amenifanyia hivyo, it's okay, you know. But I've learned, like, my mentality nikiwa young,
suppressing now, I know, suppressing.
Yeah, so like in that nini ya kusuppress, nilikuwa tu mtu wa I feel bad, you've done this bad, but I won't cry about it. I felt like crying is weakness. Like that's how I had in my mind. Like no ukiwa na hiyo ni hivyo.
Who told you? Wewe Africa.
Exactly.
It's just that
emo cry.
Like when you cry, Western is weak.
Exactly.
Like when you weekly.
And I think hiyo kitu ili fuck up. Let me tell you something. You being hardcore over there, it won't help you. It will make you the worst person.
Exactly.
Like don't. If you feel like crying, cry. Me I swear, mimi singe why. Ndio ujue best yangu 17 years ago na mtoa machozi. Hajawahi. And it's not that I didn't feel safe with it. I did, but I just felt like crying is a form of weakness, so I didn't do it. Yeah, so in the process of like suppressing it, I now found a way to like, now because I felt like crying is a weakness, I now looked for a way of now
getting it out.
Yeah, getting it out. And it started like, I didn't know even when it became worse. You know, every time that I feel bad, like anything that happens in my life, I had, anyway, I had a razor blade, and I was really harming myself. Fuck, I'm not gonna say this story. Anyway, so
guys,
it's
gonna be real. It's gonna be unfiltered, okay?
And
this is just to help someone out there who's in the same situation, and you think that there's no like safer space. And you see she's here, she's fine right now, she's very happy, she's very, so unaweza toka like from that pit hole, you know, unaweza toka, you don't have to keep getting stuck there. Okay?
So I started now cutting myself, like I'm getting hurt.
What was the first time? Like how will you explain the first time? Like
the
how
first
was it
time,
for you?
I didn't even feel uchungu. Like the first time unaona ni venye, like the first time I think ilikuwa about, I think, my friend group. No, I don't remember the first time, but I can remember how I felt because ushaikuwa like ushaiumizwa to a point that whatever you're doing physically, it doesn't even hurt. It doesn't hurt. Like I was siko na feel chungu, nilikuwa tunakaka na damu nalia. And then the worst thing, kwa room yangu kuna kwanga na closet, and then kuna mirror hapo. So you look at yourself and you're like, why are you doing this to yourself? Like why are you doing? Like honestly, why are you doing? Sasa ndo una break down. Exactly. So like by then mbona najikata, I'm not supposed to do that. And now ayuko hata inakuja hivyo. Sasa ukienda kuoga, oi Mungu baba. Let me tell you, nilikuwa najikatanga mikono. Nikata niko na hizo marks hapa hivi. So nikijikata nenda kuoga hivi.
There was a time in school you also you are doing it, and I found you sometime. Unajua mtu akujikata, hata mimi kwanza zako azionekani na zako.
Ndio hizi.
Guys, acha my time hata nisi
hata hivi yangu.
If you see people smiling and happy, there's a story behind every single smile. Don't just take it for granted.
So like when I started cutting myself, so now the pain is so loud in my head, I can't even feel the pain. So nikienda kuoga ndo ulikuwa nasikia uchungu. Unajua venye ukifanya unakasikia kana dondoka naingia maji uko woi nilifanya nini. And then now the worst part now, you don't want people to see, you know, because when they say I'm gonna like, I swear there's this one point hata nimeruka, but I'm sorry, but there's this one point I was still in college. No, I think nilikuwa hapo katikati. So I was just there, and then there's this guy alikuja, nilikuwa nimeka hivi. Yote nilikuwa nishaanza kuwa comfortable. I'm like, oh yeah, I did it, it's okay.
Akashika.
Nikaeka hivi, and then he saw it, and then ako like, alimake a comment, and I was like, okay. Akaniuliza, na venye wewe ni mrembo, mbona unajifanyia vitu hizi? I saw that thing hit hard. I was like, I said nilienda hadi kwa bafu because in the time nilikuwa najiambia like, I'm really sorry. You know, I'm just trying to like, you know. So and then one thing about this thing, for ukifanya hujui kama iko na consequences mingi, because you have to like forgive yourself every minute. Even right now when I'm talking about it, I'm like, I'm really sorry Grace, because you didn't deserve that, you know, like you didn't deserve that. And then now I didn't know how to like talk it out, because in my view it was like people are gonna judge me, because watakuwa tu zile za aka kana taka attention.
Actually in high school, if people don't understand the impact of it, they will see you pretending, looking for attention.
So I wouldn't.
Inakanga tu, if you, and then the funny thing, if you've never gone through that pitfall,
you can never understand. You will never
the weight of it. Like huwezi jua weight yake. Actually mimi before, sorry kukukat, but nikiwa shule, I've gone to 2 high schools. So when I was in my first high school, which was Machakos Girls, nilikuwa na beshte alionanga. That girl was just like, eti wewe unashindanga tu kujikata. Me, I would never. When mimi najipenda, I would never do that to myself.
I hate that comment. I hate that comment.
And I'm
like,
like,
oh my god.
You know, you just
it's okay.
You know, because it's not like it's something. Actually, if you'd give me something to cut myself on a normal day, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. Kuna tu kimuntu kinakujanga kenye ujui ni nani. But you don't know who that person
exactly is. And you just,
so alisema your comment and I was like, God. And I just told her, until it gets to you, you'll never know the pain of it. Exactly. And trust me,
it's not in life.
That same person before I left that school, alianza kujikata. And I was like, God, it got to you, girl.
Oh wow, now you understand. Now you understand.
It got to you.
Exactly.
So guys,
now, you know.
Never judge.
In life, it's not even about self-love. It's not about even what. Because I was listening. I'm sorry, I can digress. I'm gonna skip a podcast funny, and it was about this girl, and she was raped by, let me just shorten it, by a pastor that she trusted, and apparently the pastor accommodated 60 people. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that another time. So when I accommodated 60 people, she said something about, you see this Twitter in Akwanga, we left the church, we didn't leave God. I also kinda was judging that. Kidogo to 1%. I was like, but then when I'm going to church, you know. But after listening to her, I'm like, no. And then you know the craziest part, we know 60 people after coming out. Tell me why the church was supporting this man. Na hakupelekwa hata job, hakupelekwa hata jail, nothing. Ati sasa watu wasichana 60 ndo walienda kuambiwa ati nini ndo hapana ati wende revival. I'm like, alafu anaanza kusema ati you know men of God are not perfect. It's okay, they're not perfect. But
that's just
that girl was saying, until you're there, until you sit with those people, listen to them. So even in life, don't you ever judge.
And never say never.
Yeah.
Never say never, guys.
Anyway, so back to the story. So I was now cutting myself, and now being a people pleaser, I feel like I even do
frustrations,
it.
You just bring them back to
myself. And now like they ilikuwa too so much, and that was my worst moment. And now I entered into a relationship. And if someone even tells me right now, kitambo nilikuwa nasema it was not my fault, you know, but now coming to sit down with it, I was giving this person the burden of loving myself so much to a point that unataka mtu akupende but yenye wewe unataka unafaa uko unajipenda, you know,
space. Unajua ni void, una feel your space, so unataka yeye
nataka sasa yeye ndo anipende, but I know very well I'm the one who's supposed to love myself.
Funny thing, guys, funny thing, sorry for cutting. Actually,
it's okay,
just run with it the way it will go. Okay, mtashikanisha ukipotea zama nuka endelea. So the funny thing about it, and what I tell my friends and everybody to this date, like the reason why kila mtu anakuwa na mtu anasema, you know, ati wewe unapendwa vizuri, pata mimi nipate boyfriend kama wako, guys, si mtu shida, ni wewe shida.
Exactly.
Until, and I keep
telling
her,
bitter truth, baby,
you work on yourself. You know who you are reflects who you're gonna
exactly.
get. So kama ujipendi, you'll always get people who will mistreat you, people who will take advantage of you, but ukishajipenda utapata tu mtu mwenye anakupenda. You understand? Yeah, go on.
So yeah, when I entered into the relationship now, I was burdening this person, like literally, but I didn't even notice it until right now. Funny enough, until right now I was like, and then one thing I didn't do about is call myself out. Me, I was even maybe sifanya kitu mbaya, maybe like that was me. But now sitting down and I was like, I wish I would have done this much better. I wish I would love myself hata kale ka 5%, you know. I think it won't be this pattern because you know ilikuwa tu vitu mob, like hadi niko, you see, like ilikuwa ta shida za compliments, but that's something I'm supposed to start doing myself to expect people to do to me. Like niko like, oh, you can't compliment, like you just unaleta tu arguments zenye haziko.
No, no, the sad thing about it, you'd even get someone who's a good match for you, someone who really loves you, and they'll just go just because of
exactly.
that. Like utawa watch tu walk out of your life just because of that. Na ndo maana unasikianga love is not all up. Like love cannot keep you together.
Yeah.
Like love cannot.
Love is the least thing, honestly.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Exactly.
As much as mtu anakupenda, if you're not working on yourself and getting better, they will just get tired.
Exactly.
You know?
And honestly, yeah. So ilikuwa tu a lot of things, and even you see, even my self-harming thing, I even pointed it to him. It was that bad. Like I'm like, when unanifanyanga, when ulinifanya, you know. But at the same time, I'm not. You see, like you point, but 4 fingers are like pointing back at you, but you're not even ready to like sit down and be like, by the way, I'm the one. Like this started with me. Like it all starts with me. It ilikuwa too a lot, and it's led us to somewhere that we didn't want to be, and I wouldn't want anyone else to be. So like yourself, I'm like, if there's one thing I feel so bad is that like I put it on him vibaya sana. Yes, the arguments we had, most of them made me to go cut myself and everything, but other arguments zenyewe.
But you know what,
I'm like,
hata kama because hata nikusaidia hapo, because hata kama hizo arguments zinakumea kufanye, it comes back to you to know how to react on them.
Exactly.
Because every single time someone throws a fire on you, you don't have to bring back a fire. You can pour water on the fire.
Exactly.
Like there's a calmer way of acting to those situations than just being vibrant, vigorous. With all that story, unajua tumeongeza vitu mingi, chumvi, sukari, jinja, masala, mpaka tukajisahau. Like what is that moment that you realized, by the way, this is now the time for me? Like nini ilifanya your rotation? Unaelewa? Like kitambo you used to know you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
You knew it, but you still were doing those things, cutting yourself, doing all those. But like what really made you like be now for real? I need to work this out. I need to stop pleasing people. Like what really happened?
I think like it was just one episode that I was now doing the same thing. I know it was a conversation we had with my partner, and then he was so like, he told me like, you need to be real with yourself, and that's something that was so offensive to me. Like I'm always real. What do you mean? You know? And then that day I think I went and I took the razor blade and I started cutting myself. And then I'm like, until when? Grace, until when? Like honestly, now. Okay, until when? And then I broke down so bad and I went back to God. I don't know. I just went back to God and I pleaded to God, like, please. I wanna stop this. I want to know how to love myself. I think that was the turning point. And I was just like, by the way, no one else is coming to love you. No one else is coming to love you. Like that was the bitter, like you know, even your parents, like no one is coming to, like it's you. Literally. So I was like, Grace, get out of your zone. No one is gonna come for you. No one is gonna do this for you. No one is gonna love you if you don't love yourself. And I think that was like it. And I was just like, you know what? And I started slowly by slowly. And then best friend yangu sasa Sheila. So like she helped me through it, you know. And then alikuwa tu, Sheila is very emotional. I'm sorry for getting you out here, babes, but Sheila is very emotional. I feel like that's one of the things that made me to get out of that zone. Sheila will cry. Any little inconvenience, that girl will cry. And honestly, I was just like, baby, I'm trying to tell.
No, and with people they cry a lot.
Exactly. And with her, like I just found like a soft space and I was like, you know what, I can cry. It's you know, baby, I'm trying to see barabara, imagine Italia. It's minor for you, but I got to cry. And like I think even surroundings like help you, and she helped me through it. I got to and I'm like, stop doing this, you know, and I really stopped because hakuna mtu anakuja kukupenda. So yeah, that's my story.
You are very stuck in that self-praising to a point.
Even now, actually, let me tell you, even now I'm trying to do that. It's not that something nimetoka tu.
So what you will say is that hizo vitu hazitaisha tu. Like you'll never come to love yourself 100%. But what I'd like to say is that like just the point of you realizing that doing this to myself is not healthy anymore. And then there's a point, actually the way I came to know about Sheila was because of you. And because of course it's because of you, but it was because of something that you were doing that was not okay, and she felt it was not okay. So we had to talk, and I was like as much as we are telling her all these things, she needs to understand by herself that by them mistake, guys, hata advice beshtaka mpaka realize aseme me in space me mwenyewe nataka kutoka, like I can't be there. And it gets to like me, since I came to, I'm sorry for putting this out there, but since I realized myself, I came to love myself. If I feel like you're draining my energy, I'll push you away. And for some moment I pushed Grace away because I felt I kept telling her not to do this. I kept telling her, and I was like, she's draining me because she's my friend. I don't want to see her get hurt, and I'm helping her not to get hurt, but she's still stuck there, you know. But I'm like, I will not still be around here because I don't feel okay seeing you getting hurt and I can't help you out, you know. So let me push you away. Maybe you'll figure yourself out, and then when you figured yourself out, and later God did his things and everything, and now she's here and she understands herself better, she loves herself better. And guys, just take a minute. I know self-love is cliche, everybody says it, it's out there everywhere,
it's like a song,
but
like,
exactly
self-love
again. Guys, it is as serious as that. If you don't love yourself, your relationships,
everything,
your life is just a mess. It's just, by the way, it's just a mess because you're the center of your life, for sure. When you're center of life yako. So na mimi nasemanga, don't beat yourself. Like hata unaona, for example, umefika point and you feel like you stopped cutting yourself and everything, but when you get to a point that you're so burdened and get back to cutting yourself, don't beat yourself about it. That's just a way of telling you, just give yourself grace. Just find a way. When you umejitoa hapo tena, bring back yourself. Unaget ni kama addiction. For example, mtu akiwa addicted na kitu, you don't just stop. You'll get back to it, bring back yourself, get back to it. As salvation, you go, unapotea, unarudi tena, unapotea, unarudi, and giving yourself grace is the biggest thing.
Exactly. That's one thing we do to people. You give people so much grace and you forget yourself.
Exactly. By the way,
honestly, I'm just gonna nitaongezea kitu kidogo. You see, when I hurting myself, it didn't stop. Like at your time, I stopped for a minute, nikatupa razor blade, and then another day I got hurt. went and purchased it, but I didn't do anything with it. You know, like that was already nimerudi nyuma because mbona ningeenda kununua, you know, nikaenda tena kuitupa. It is a journey, and just give yourself grace. When you're Tushila amesema, give yourself enough grace. You're living this life the first time. You're here the first time, so like just give yourself grace. So enough about me. Now, nikai vizuri. Niko moto guys.
Kama zina nilikuwa nimeenjoy lecture.
Nilikuwa kwa kuifiki. Let's get this kuimeisha.
Give us more juice.
Now I'm going to ask her the same question, and it is, what was your worst episode that made you feel you need to love yourself more?
What was my worst episode that made me feel like I should love myself more, guys? I've gone through it. Like, I've really gone through it. I'll give you a story. I think it's only fair. I'll give you I'm planning to do it. It's just that I find the right way to do it. But I'll give you a sit down story about me and my journey in my YouTube video. So watch out for that. So I'll just give you a bit of it here and then more gist.
So when them subscribe.
YouTube yangu,
when you watch a gist.
Okay? My worst episode.
Yeah.
Niko na worst mingi. So my worst episode was, okay, I'll say one thing about me. I'm a giver.
True.
I'm a giver. True. I'm a lover. Like, if I love you,
wacha venye alikuwa ananichomeanga mimi.
Guys,
let me tell you how.
If I love you, I will love you with every bit of me. Like, to the, but unaona venye watu wanakuanga like wana fake. Like, mimi nikikupenda guys, I will love you to the bottom of my heart, like with everything I have. So that put me at a place where I forgot myself. I was giving everything and leaving myself with nothing. So in my relationships, in my friendships, and the worst thing about it, you know, you find people are different out here. People will take advantage of you. So kuna wale watu nilikuwa napenda, and then they will just take advantage of me because they know I just love
you just love me
regardless. There's nothing like hautatoka hapa, you know. Guys, I've been raised with a very strict mother. Very strict mother.
Mine is strict, but hers, oh my god.
Tunaweza mpea trophy, mom.
Yeah, it's for you, but, Mama Sheila, take it.
I know, but to this point, like, nimekuja kurealize she was just doing that for me. Imagine kama life yangu ndo imekuwa this mess with her being this strict. If she wasn't there, I would have been worse, guys.
True.
So I thank her so much for it to this point. But at that time, I didn't understand, and I wish she would be a bit looser. Ama tungekuwa na a bit conversation, because me being a giver, me being a lover, like sipati place ya kufind love na kugive back, na kupatia what I'll give it to just anyone, literally. And she will say like, wewe kila saa, you know, that is something that she did not know, but every single time my mom will tell me, wewe kila saa, kila mtu ni rafiki yako. But see it, kila mtu ni rafiki. I'm a giver. So if I get a space that someone needs giving, I give it, and I don't mind if you're fake or not fake to me, you know.
It's okay.
So it was something that hit me up.
The high school. Anyway, sorry. I'm like, why did you even do that? But okay,
So I'm like, why? Like, so I'm like mbona nilikuwa nashanga, mbona I felt a void. Hata time ya depression yangu, like breaking down, everything that went down to me, which is the episode I'm going to explain to you guys. I used to keep, if you would ask me like what's my problem, I used to say it's my mom. But it's not my mom. You know, I used to point at her every single time. Even when I was asked, ni mamangu, she's so strict. But it was so many misunderstandings. You know, she didn't understand me. I didn't understand her point of view. We were just in chaos, you know. And that led me to a place where I wanted to give out to other people. And giving out, kuna my boyfriend huko nje wanataka receive, kuna friends wanataka ku receive, you know. So there's this point, I was dating this person. I had finished my form 4. So I left home and I was living with this person. So we were a group of friends and we were living together somewhere. And nimwambia nitawapea details ya story, so nitarukaruka tu in my YouTube video. So it got to this point, this person used to cheat repeatedly. Like they will cheat, we will go out, they will find some other girl, kiss them, and I will know, and I will do nothing about it. Regardless, I'm gonna love her, you know, because I love her. But which was not love, because I was just stupid, you know. So na nijua sikuwa na place ya kurelease hii void. So nilikuwa na give to mi siangalii what am I taking, when I get. So niko in that situation, I mean, cheat over and over and over again. And then I was a point, it was in an afternoon, and I'm done with all this bullshit. Like, I'm done with, there's something for me out there. Like, by then nikiacha huyu mtu nitasurvive. By the way nitasurvive. By then I'm okay without them. You know? And I'm like, I'm this young, I can't just ruin my life with this person. Someone. So that day, before I even told myself all these things, I've done self-harming, guys. I've done so many things. And self-harming, I did it in high school. So this time, ilikuwa kitu ya kitambo. Like, haikuwa ina make sense. Nilikuwa nisha explore kama nimechoka.
New ways.
It's not hitting
new ways of hurting myself. Hata kumekuwa on ChatGPT and there's a new ways of acting myself again.
Like I just remember those days and I'm like, oh my god, what in the hell was I doing? So I was like, I need new ways, you know. So that day I said, baby, nasikianga watu wanakunywa dawa. Na ilikuwa rat, ilikuwa dawa. So dawa gani naweza kunywa? And I was like, siwezi enda kunywa rat. And I was like, siwezi enda kunywa dawa nyingine. So nikapata kwa hiyo nyumba, unajua kwa nyumba wenyewe unakuanga tu na painkillers. Nilikuwa na panadol tu zimesik. So nikaanza kuzigather. Huyu msichana alikuwa ametoka ameenda. So she was on call with that person that she was cheating with. It's not really interesting because that's how I came to find the love of my life. Okay?
Okay.
So stick around. Stick around, okay?
I think I'm listening to this story. I think the 10th time, but it's just interesting. Like I'm like, what happened?
Yes. I know. So they were talking on phone in the person that they were cheating with, and I was like, I'm just done. Every time I used to consult her, we'd be violent, tunapigana, and I was done. I just felt I'm done. So what I did, I took those painkillers, nikazikunywa. Hata siku, trust you me, just to emphasize how hurt I was, I don't remember the number of pills you took. Funny enough, hata siku nikipelekwa mali nilipelekwa, nilikuwa naulizwa umekunywa dawa ngapi? I don't fucking know. I just took medicine. I don't know. You can zilikuwa mapanado. I just took all the tablets I would find and drank them. So there were so many tablets. I drank all of them. And I was just feeling, unajua kuna venye tu depression inakumeka, una feel una zone out. I was just feeling like nazima, sizimi, ni kama nalala, silali, macho inakuwa heavy, my heart is heavy. Like nilikuwa nasikia tu niko kama 150 kg. Like I was feeling so bad. And I drank these pills and nikatoka kwa nyumba jisiko nataka nipate. So nikirudi asinipate. So I hid myself in the bathroom. The bathroom zilikuwa nje, it's the same place. So nyumba then bathroom ilikuwa shared, ilikuwa hostel. So niko kwa bathroom. So she came, she was looking for me and she knew, funny thing, she knew the impact and the pain and that she was bringing me. So she came in the house, she was looking for me, she did not find me. She came in the bathroom, kept looking for me, and she found me because I was just so weak, sijakula, like niko drained. For those who know, I really fight with my appetite. I really do. I don't, to this point, hiyo ndio kitu depression yangu imeni bring a toll on me. Mpaka sasa ina try kufix na nimeshindwa. I rarely eat. So hata hiyo siku unapata labda nimekula breakfast, that's the only meal I've had, na nimekunywa hizi madawa. So she came, took me, tukaingia kwa nyumba. Venye tumeingia kwa nyumba, what she told me hurt me to death. Yani hiyo phrase, unaona zile phrase unakumbukanga. Like she told me, why are you doing this to yourself? Mamako, unataka niambie mamako nini? So she's hurt me. I'm at the verge of my life, and you think about what you're gonna tell my mom. Not how I feel. And that is the point I told myself. By the way, it's not about, yani mtu hakuna mtu atajali about me, because kama ufikiri about venye na feel, unafikiria venye
mamako. And that's the worst thing you can do. Like, ati venye mamako atasema. What do you mean mamako atasema? I'm here dying.
I was so hurt, and she took my phone and she said, this cannot happen, bring your phone, I have to call your mom. So I was not talking to my mom all this time.
I remember.
So calling my mom with such news, like na feel to
I was
just at my lowest. Okay, I was just at my lowest, and that was the moment that I came to her chapo hani ndio mkuja subscribe.
That's story.
And that's toxic.
But just to be interesting,
so I just had to tell myself, by the way, you need to love yourself. So many things happened later. I went to counseling. And later the person I'm dating right now is the person who helped me like all through this journey, because we talked about his life, the way he has gone about depression, and the way I've gone about my depression. And I was like, if you're that hurt and you're this strong to this point, why can I not be this strong for myself? Because kama kuna kitu, guys, if there's something about my partner, he fucking loves himself. Like, he loves himself. Ushaona mtu anajipenda. Like hata tukianza ku date, I was so amazed and I was like, "Wa, kumbe kuna mtu anajipenda hivi."
Maybe relax.
Mpaka nilikuwa namwambia, I'm jealous of how you love yourself. Like naangalia niko like please. Mbona unajipenda hivi? Na anajipenda that much, and he still has the space to fucking love me so much. So niko huyu ni alien. Only alien. Are there people like this?
I think there's one thing I'm so I'm so afraid of is choosing a partner. There's a like a partner for, like, you know, there's a quote I saw and to saying, like, do you know, like the partner you're gonna choose is the one who's going to help you go through the grief of your both parents when they die. And that thing hits so hard. I'm like, you should not even like
it's that the way.
Guy, unajua mko nafikiria tu, you know, like si ananipenda, you know, it's okay, we can just, but like, it's more than at dates, it's more than it is more than that. To get a good partner, it's more than that. And if there's one thing I always thank God for, is you having been in my life.
Guys, like, I'll give you a story. I'll give you a good story.
Trust me, hiyo ni kadogo. Umepitia na
I'll give you a story.
Na kila mahali.
Na hizo vitu wewe una realize, like there's so much things. Like mabeshte wangu wote wenye wako close nini my family, wanaona Dina ananipenda, and that is what you guys see. you can imagine what unajua there's
You
so
now,
much that he does that I don't put out there, that I don't keep saying.
Obviously.
Unaelewa, like kuna vitu mingi sana.
Mostly.
And guys, mostly.
Uendelea tu.
And guys, ndo nawaambia like mi nasemanga, mi thank God kila saa kwa sababu nasemanga like aliweka Deno in my life to change my life around. And it might not happen like that for
you.
You know,
like you don't have to be the same line that
kusaidia kukuvuta.
Maybe itakuwa in a love situation. Maybe it's a friend and Mimi the friend, I think it's Sheila because I feel like your time we both Sheila so that time when I was going through this, I think it's when like we were starting to rekindle our friendship back before from high school. And now when I came, she gave me the whole story because I was really suffering. And nakwambia ilikuwa so draining to a point that tulikuwa tuna meditate tukiwa tatu, mimi, Sheila na mtu wake. We here meditating, I'm even crying. Like she has held my hand and I feel like, you know the story, you feel like you just went like before the camera and then you were like you inspire, like you don't know who you're going to inspire, but for me you have, because nasikizanga stories za Sheila. Oh naliga naona place Sheila ametoka na sahi penye hako. Yo, I'm like
guys,
people
we have
like
to get together.
So I'm like wherever she's come from and now where I see her, I'm just thinking like God, because I've seen Sheila suffer, I've seen Sheila cry. And then if there's one thing na feeling vibaya ni hite mulikuwa na date with him, I was completely not in your life. I think I've never told you this, but I felt so bad every time you're telling me these stories. I'm like that time nilikuwa tu like that time is when you didn't have no friends. Like nakwambia hii story, oh I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm sorry, but like your time ndo hakuwa na mabeshte kabisa, and I'm like Sheila has helped me tangu high school.
I had friends but
they were fake.
I didn't have friends
who like me. So like I'm like I know you, like I would have come for you your time ulikuwa na hizo pills, hata tunatoka kwa mamangu kwa hiyo kanyumba kadogo, I wouldn't even mind, you know. But like I'm so grateful, like hata nikiombanga most of the time I'm like I'm really grateful like Sheila has Deno in her life, you know. But it's not going to happen for you the same way. It's not a must that you party like, and Deno in your life. All right, I'm daddy, we are back. Umekunywa maji kidogo.
Ni mjinga.
Tumerudi.
Guys alikuwa ananibembeleza.
Back and strong. Ona Lexi begana kushuka. Mwa baby. Oh. Anyway, so
guys, that took us way back. Like we've gone through so many
and if there's one thing I am so akipole na kukatch, but I'm always like unaona friendship yetu hakuna time ishaikuwa so like inakuanga solid for some time and then all of a sudden you know and if there's one thing I've never like with all my friendships zenye mimi nishai lose, I'm really sorry, I'm not sorry anyway, zenye nishai lose if there's one friendship ilikuwa inanuma kwa core hadi picha alikuwa anajua niko na shida na kuna time anatumia voice notes na Lian colleague akimwona hata nilifanya hivi ninge communicate on mimi mjinga, you know. And she was like imagine what
but then it really happened,
tulikuwa twende macha and then I lied about it and then ilikuwa like ulikuwa unashinda ukitaka tu tupatane.
No, the problem was every single time I used to like you can nilikuwa nakwambia to make time twende hiyo macha, tulikuwa tunamwambia twende mahali and then ananidanganya anaenda ku spend time na how friends wenyewe wanamhat anakuja kulia about it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so I was like nilikuwa guys me like watu wenye wanajua people who are close to me and who know like my partner is my best friend. So I used to sit down with him and I was like kwani what am I doing wrong, like what have I done for do that she's treating me like this, like kwani nini shida, you know. And then guys even Grace herself does not know. So this is my note. No. Please do a break. We have to do it here, raw and unfiltered. Okay? So mlikuwa mnataka kujua nini nilimcut off. Mmeshasikia what was the problem? Because tulikuwa tunakuja anaongea na mwadvice, akishamaliza nikashasahau. Anaenda tena anarudi back to it. So this day it was on 21st January 2024. It was 21st January 2024. I even wrote the date. Because as much as unajua high school mi sihesabengi kama friendship because
I think tulijuana tu like kujuana
like unaona ile yenye mko the same space, sasa lazima tukue mabeshte tuna otherwise, you know. But out here I have so many friends that I went to school with but I've not chosen them. I've picked you because of maybe some here or there, you know. So I was like hapa nje I've chosen you to be my friend, and now you're doing these things to me. I was like inanipatia so many bad thoughts of friends like in the past, so this was something I wrote after she did what she did to me.
Oh God.
So it was on 21st January 2024 and then the topic is tough lesson and I wrote it in capital letters, guys. That is how painful and hurt I was. So I wrote never put people too close to your heart.
Please no, don't do this.
Guys, I have to do this. I have
miss you mbaya.
Guys, she said you're 17 years. Her friend has never seen her cry and I know today lazima nie hii machozi nimelia hapa siwezi lia peke yangu. Okay, so I said never put people too close to your heart if they don't put you in theirs. Nikaandika baby girl no more friends capital letters. Lakini nilikuwa nimechizi hapo. No friends.
Look at you now. 2025. We are in 2025 date. Here is the friend.
Stupid girl. Being friendless sometimes is for the best. At least I got my partner. That's what I wrote. Then I wrote, when you value someone too much, to a point you are scared to be cautious, stop and think to yourself if they really value you the same. The problem is not actually then, it's yourself for allowing people to close. Lesson learned the painful way, but the best way never to be forgotten. Always prioritize yourself and your partner first at this situation. Noted. # guys. This is it. I'm not lying. Ask her.
This is Mimi.
I'm not lying, and it was on 21st January 2024. This was something I wrote when I was feeling so hurt, because at that point I was just like, I'm so na kitu ilikuwa inaniuma ni the fact that nasikia vibaya kujihusu juu mimi ndio nimeallow wewe kushinda kunifanyia hivyo na niko tu hapo na ninasikiza na niko sawa, and I was like, this is enough and it's enough, and it was hurting me because I'm cutting her off, not because I want, not because she's someone bad, but because I can't keep draining myself. Unaelewa? Guys, that is the point. The reason why I'm sharing this is that is a point. You need to choose yourself in every single way. Ndo means so much to me, but at that point I mean the most to myself than she means to me. If that makes sense. You understand? Like, say simpendi, say namchukia, say nini, that is why she's still in my life right now. Come on, guys, let me tell you, and for those who know they're my friends, they know. If you hurt me, I cut you off and you're gone. And you're gone. Like, legit. I have friends that you do something, I cut you off and you're gone. But for her, she came back because I just gave myself the grace. And she was so sorry, and she was so sorry to the point that, and the fact that she came back knowing who she is, knowing she hurt me because of like mtu unaona hakuna kitu nzuri kama mtu atapit kwa uchafu na kuja ajiclean na ajipake perfume na ajipake mafuta na ajichane nywele. Hiyo ni mtu amejielewa kuliko mtu ametoka kwa matope akuje na arudi tena kwa matope, you know. So that is something I've told you guys, even if how important that person means to you, always choose yourself. That break mimi nasemanga, but then that break was valid because that break changed her. That break, like God knew. Hiyo tu kusplitisha hiyo friendship yetu ndio ilibadilisha msichana. Otherwise.
Anyways, so before tuendelee, siku hizi mimi ni mtoto mzuri. So usikie.
Fanya ni yake hapa.
Nyamaza nikwambie kwanza, usikie. Okay, now I'm being serious. Like before tuendelee, I'm really sorry for putting you on that.
It's okay.
Like, if there's one thing, and I think one of the things that made me like also clock it back, there's something that you said, like you in that, like if you don't know yourself and if you don't love yourself, you lose people that they are meant to like help you so much. And that's one thing that I lost at that moment. And you know, it's never too late, because the time I came to ask for forgiveness was 2025. That is 1 year down the line.
You came to ask for forgiveness.
1 year
and funny
down
thing,
the line.
I did not forgive you when you asked for forgiveness. It took me time.
Yeah.
And I just called you out of nowhere and I was like, where are you? Like,
I know, because even back after this year, like kulikuwa tuna void, I feel like I'm like it's not the same. I even called Sheila and I was like, okay, I feel like it's not the same, and it's feeling so weird because kondelete mulikuwa umeenda, and then I'm coming to ask for you, and then your cousin was like, ako sawa, and I'm like, okay, najua yuko sawa, but okay, let me just go, because right now I'm not that close to you, but it really hurt me. Like I was just like, guys, but at the same time, I don't have the access, you know, and unajua nilete mwezi na kuambia
hata ujui reaction, hata sasa unaogopa hata reaction yako. Maybe naweza sema wewe hapana toka.
Exactly, because I'm not, a lot of time I was like, it's okay, you know, like you, like I was even giving myself grace, because I was like, wezi kuli fuck up relationship or friendship, and then ukuja for like mkose kuongea for 1 full year, and then you expect that person to be like, oh yeah, come here, yeah, I missed you. It doesn't make sense. And that time ndo niko tuzeleza, yeah, cry it, but I'm sure tutakuja tu, we will just find our way back. If there's one friendship I know, it's this, like tutatu find our way back. And let's see what friendship
but tumekuwa na mika mingi
hata high school.
Wow, but high school zilikuwa
too much. Ni kama tu every week niko hata sikuongelesha usiongeleshe. So question number 3 is saying, what have you learned about loving yourself? Oh God, what
have you learned about loving yourself?
No one is coming to love you. No one. The heart rate. No, hakuna mtu anakuja kukupenda. Hakuna. Imagine. Hakuna. Wewe kama uliseviwa ni Mungu alitaka kusave. Hakuna hata mama yako. Nobody.
Angel.
Imagine, that's what I learned.
Fucking no one.
Like no one.
Acha ni clear hapo, no one. Me as much as nasema like my partner has helped me so much.
Alikuwa
like,
to know.
Exactly, to realize. Unaona hata wewe Sheila alikuwa ku realize. But there's now something that you have to put work on. Like so many things you have to put work on to yourself.
So like that's one thing I've learned. Like just no one is coming to love you. And one thing I'm trying even to learn right now is like, imagine do it. Like unaona like hata nikitembanga nje and then like this is something that we are like nisikie tu wimbo I love to dance, like I want to move my body, but kitambo ningekuwa wow what watafikiria mimi hata town. Trust you me, I will shake my body because I don't fucking care. It's something that I want to do. I don't care what whoever, like whoever, that's just a small thing and you're supposed to like, unaona hiyo ni example ndogo, that's the same thing. If this thing is not serving you, imagine by it's okay.
Kiafrika unajua imetu
exactly.
Space where loving yourself too much is bad, loving yourself too much is selfish, loving yourself too much is, let me be selfish.
Oh God, I don't know if I'm supposed to, but anyway, so yeah, there's someone who we were tulikuwa tunajuana, okay, and now wait, I have my social media rephrase. There's someone we were knowing each other and now like alikuwa ananitrigger when anajipenda, you know, to a point that you know when someone is like, you know, I do this at my alone time, but I'm like, you're supposed to do this with your partner, eh? You see, like I'm like I didn't know about like, but I didn't know. Me saying on a job, you can sit alone for even like a day. Sit alone, exactly. Like I didn't know, and it was such. I'm gonna trigger. Like he does something for himself, and really he's loving himself. But I'm like, how far kufanya hivi? Why me nafai kufeel aje kufanya hivi? But you know. At that moment I was not doing justice to him because I was supposed to be like, oh yeah, like it's okay for you to do that. Yeah, like I can
give you space.
Yeah, you know, you can have your space. You're supposed to do this, and it really ruined it.
I think our culture plays a very big role. Yeah. People have normalized loving others more than you love yourself. Okay? In case unajipenda sana, inakuwa you mean you're selfish.
Exactly, you're selfish. Unamwambianga hivyo. You're very selfish. You're self-centered.
And that is something that is like nikitu tu tunafaa to get rid of, you know, literally
as a society, because man
like una run away from yourself. Najua hizi vitu mob mimi na think karibu kila mtu Kenya ako depressed literally. So then ukai na wewe mwenyewe uji evaluate nini, you tend to run away from yourself. Juu unajipata hata wewe mwenyewe ujijui. Unajipata hata ujirealize. Na sasa ndio maana hata ukireact to some things uko zile za tuseme for example hata hizi toxic relationship unaona mtu amehurt partner wake, this is not a trait in you. Umehold so many things inside, you've not worked on yourself, you don't know about yourself, but you've reacted like this. So your reaction ushaumiza huyu mtu, but you can't reverse it. Umeelewa? Uweze reverse, either uta lose hii relationship kama utai-keep inakuwa tu na two loopholes kwa sababu you can't sit acknowledge hata kwa society yetu mtu kukaa ku acknowledge they are sorry.
That's one thing I do. Hata mimi kusema pole kidogo. Nasemaje pole?
Kwenda huko. And it's okay to say sorry sometimes.
It's okay to be
wrong. Not because of others. It's because of you. You understand? It's because of you. You're saying sorry because of you. Because you're being like unakuwa answerable for your actions. If I did something bad to you, I need to say sorry. Because I did something bad. Usiwache tu hivyo, like it is to the minimal of things, to the tiniest of things. Watu wanaignore vitu mingi, but inakuja ina bring a very big impact to your relationships, to who you become as ukikuwa mkubwa. You know, inakuja zinabebana tu kubebana. So you really need to be
and I think that even our parents, that's one thing they neglected, and mostly like ndo maana unaonanga kuna gap na mzazi wako. I don't say they've raised us but wameturaise vibaya, but they have tried their best, but I feel
wanatoa from
exactly like penye walitoa, you know, but I feel like if these things you start working on yourself,
but Gen Z na change
it's coming to change everything.
If you start, it's coming to change everything, because Gen Z is our stand for bullshit.
Exactly, even workplace, and I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of nilizaliwa hii generation, because ningezaliwa generation ya wazazi wangu kidogo like unafunzwa ku press on things, What about you? What have you learned about loving yourself?
What I've learned about loving myself is that I will never get to the limit. Like every single day is a chance to love myself more. Like haitawahi kuwa enough. Unaget? Like me najua hakuna point, na it goes back to relationship. Hakuna point utawahi penda mtu iko enough.
To the fullest,
So to me, what I've come to realize and learned, that you will never love yourself enough. Each and every day is a new day for you to try. Again. You know, it's not even something like we are used to. So every single day is a day to try new things to love yourself, new skills, it's another chance for you to love yourself more and take care of yourself more. So that is something that what are the ways you show love to yourself?
Like choosing myself. One thing I didn't know how to do is sitting silent with myself. Like I just sit silent. Meditation. Oh God, I love meditation, honestly. Let's say for example like what I do when in those dark moments, one thing I do when I sit down with myself silently and allow myself to feel. Allow yourself to feel. That's one thing I didn't know that has so much power. Allow yourself to feel. If you feel like crying, feel it. Like it's don't run away from it.
Don't try to cover it.
Uko like hata kadogo hata sifai kuwa na feel hivi umefeel imekuhurt, like just sit with it, tell yourself you're sorry. Sitting down with myself silently, I mean
like being true to yourself.
I talk to myself. Talk to yourself. Like diambie, yes, I know whatever happened is so bad, I'm really sorry, you didn't deserve that. I feel like there's this day, I think nilikwambia Juicy too, I was sexually harassed. People saying, and it was so bad. You know, and then when I'm telling my parents, I don't say that they didn't take it seriously. But partly I didn't feel like
you know why? What you know? Like nilikuja ku realize kwa hii dunia, say they didn't take it seriously. They did not take it how you expected them to.
Exactly.
Unaelewa? Yeah. So react wewe mwenyewe how you should. Usi expect wengine wa react venye wewe unataka. Hiyo ni kuwa dominant. Wacha wao wa react venye wanataka. Wewe reaction yako kwako. Unajua kisha feel your reaction unataka. The rest don't matter.
Yeah, and now so your time, the first question my mom asked me, ulikuwa umevaa nini? Because there's one thing that we always with my parents is the way I'm like, imagine just let me live my life. This is my life. I love you so much, guys, but this is my life, you know. So at that time I was so bad. I was feeling so bad, and the first thing I did, I was calling my best friend. I called my mom, I called my dad, I called my sister, and I was not getting what I wanted to get, you know. And now I sat down, I'm like, stop looking for what you can do it with him. And I just sat down and I told myself it was not fair. I cried like a baby because kwa akili yangu when watu nimepiga watu simu, it was like umeshikwa tu matako. It's not more. It's not that big over there.
Why are you being dramatic?
You know, but I was like, this is something so bad because I felt so violated, and I sat with myself with it. Nikajambia, imagine hakuna venye uta go away from it. Like it has happened. Nikalia.
Honestly, like this is out of it, but I'm so proud that to this point you'll sit and realize that I don't feel okay. Like it's hey, sasa like because so proud. Unajua ukiwa this end, like
unajua, you know, I can see my
like una feel vibaya kuona mtu ako stuck. Sisemi for anybody. Me actually need to, like, I'm so in my feelings. If I see someone who is hurting and I was there, I feel how I feel when I was there, you know.
Not even kitu yenye mtu ana pass through, you just listening at it and you're like, oh, I don't know how you
so to kufika hii point yenye ninaona mpaka yeye mwenyewe, oh my god, this is so amazing. Like what? How you don't know how it means so much to me. Like you know, uko at this point here.
Like so at that time I cried. Like let's go. I think that nilikuwa na my nephew. I think even my nephew was crying with me. I cried. Like at that point I didn't even care. And then watu wanakuja home kuniona ni mabeshte wa mamangu. And this time I have cut off the people that wako karibu na mimi. And now my mom is like, so vita nani kuangalia? I'm like, Mom, I don't talk to that person right now. I don't do that with this person right now. And then she's like, you know, my mom kwanza sikuzi anashanganga. Ako like, tena, sasa kwani uko na nani kama rafiki zako? I'm like, you know, I'm the author of my life. But then nikitaka kuongelesha mtu leo ndakuongelesha kama tuongee. So time like I was feeling the pressure of them wanting someone to make me feel better. And then when I sat, I'm like, imagine if you make yourself feel better about it. I was so embarrassed hata kuamka nitembee hizo street. Because I'm like, if I can, it was in broad daylight. Watu wanaona. So I'm like, nyinyi tu mnaona tu nikishika matako na hata no one is even caring about you. And I was like, nika pray about it, and I was just like, yeah, it's okay.
Though you're in this world, you're out there for yourself.
Like it's okay. And after that,
that's when you the funny thing in this self-love journey, guys. Let me tell you one thing, because sisemi mimi ni perfect kuliko wewe, but I am a bit
you knew
more.
Yeah, you knew
like I realized this earlier than you.
Yeah.
So like I've grown juu kidogo than you. But what I will tell you, like in this self-love journey, I don't know if it's God or what. You'll have temptations. Things will come your way to test you. Okay? So the moment you decide kwanza, guys, I'm even telling you, our viewers, the moment you have decided to love yourself and take care of yourself, things will happen. Things will come your way to crush you down. Like unaona ile ni kama inakutest. So inakuja na hit ione, by the way utareact.
Are you strong? Like,
do you mean what you said, or were you just saying it for the show? You know? So mimi nasema hii situation sisemi ati ni vizuri ilikuhapenia, but nasema it was put there for you to learn something and for you to know, by the way, I don't need others to stand for me. I need myself to stand for myself. Unaget ni kama hiyo video yenye tulikuwa tuna watch na wewe, unaget like nasema for example tuseme picha na go through the same thing you're going through, ama time yenye ina drain so wewe kama ni best friend yake na wewe ndio anakuja tu, where will she run to? Because you're also going through something. Life happens, tuseme kitu itakuhappen at the same time na yeye, so nani atakuwa mwingine? You know, you need to stand in for yourself.
Surrounding ni kwa naangalia ni cliche. Hii kitu nyingine kwanza the people you walk around with you the same. I was seeing it like kwenda huko mnasema nini? But it's fucking true. Because the moment you surround yourself with people that are trying to like love themselves, bettering themselves daily and daily, you will have yani hakuna venye utabaki nyuma. You will still do it. So I think that's what I did. I do. Niko na vitu mingi, but meditation, like it depends with what I'm going through. If I'm going through like a self-doubting process, because if there's one thing I self-doubt myself a lot of times. So like I come listen.
Self-doubt inakuwa caused by not loving yourself.
Exactly. So I go listen to things that motivate myself. Like every day, nasikiza kitu like I'm better, I'm loved, I'm beautiful. Because there's a point I didn't even see myself as.
But acha nikwambie, at some point unaona hata ukikuwa unaona kuna watu like the more unaenda ukikuwa self love awaken, but utakuwa unaona like vitu zingine unajua kuna watu hizi ni ujinga. Like usikiza I'm better, I'm beautiful, I'm
wewe unakuwa mjinga.
Unaelewa? But ukizisikia after some time you will come to realize the impact of those things. They're not just
You're not just saying
hata mtu anaweza kupata kwa kioo kijambo but I'm so
yeah, that's something I also do. Yeah, me, I swear even my mom anashindanga akiniambia the way wewe umechizi, because every time I wake up get ready I'm like, na mimi ni mrembo na mama una feeling aje ukiwa na msichana mrembo kama mimi, and then she's like, wait sana nafai kufeel aje. I'm like, you don't know, mimi nikipata msichana mrembo kama mimi, you know, like that's how I was. And you see, this is most of the things that I was even looking for people, like kama bishti yangu ajaniambia nakaa vizuri leo, I feel like kwani leo sijavaa vizuri, niweke ka hairstyle ajaniambia you look good today. But if you start doing for yourself, trust you. Hata kwa nakwambia uko like uko karibu kumwambia I know. Oh, you're a bit I know. Oh, sorry. You know. So yeah. What are the ways you show love to yourself?
What are the ways I show love to myself? Listening to good music. Sana of late I listen to gospel. Gospel just does that thing. Guys, I'll give you a story maybe. I'll just give you a story of how I came to Jesus. I'll give you so many stories in my YouTube channel. So madam, subscribe, okay? And even I'll be bringing her there to share more of herself. That side. We'll be doing mix up. Una get? So how I came to like gospel, kuna kitu tu like after all these things kuna mtu tu constant changing, you know, huyu mtu ni God.
Oh, like I'm really sorry God, I did start with that, but that is my first one. Baby.
Like God will see you at your worst. Like kuna stories kwa Bible, unajua God alisamea hata na prostitute.
Yeah.
Like mimi nilikaa nikajiuliza like Mungu nimefanya hiyo jinga yote. I've done all these bad things. Zote na nimerudi kwako na bado unani bless.
I know, like daily.
Hata sijafanya.
This man is so good.
And when you get to that point, hakuna turning point.
Kidogo kwa hiyo ya God. There is something that I even had. I don't remember where I had it from. But ilikuwa inasema if you start loving or seeing yourself the way God sees you, that's a life changing. You see the way God says at you can move mountains. Like imagine if you start like it's gonna happen for you because God is not like a man. And I feel like mna underestimating you Mungu.
But mimi nasemanga usiforce mtu I feel God.
Yeah. Until
huyo man hahitaji uforce mtu amfeel. He will make himself felt in his own ways. Let me tell you guys, hata mtu akwe at the trenches aje, Mungu msikiza. Wewe mwenye uko holy of holies, usidhani Mungu wewe anakusikiza peke yako, anatusikiza sisi wote. And he has a chance for all of us. You know, listening to gospel music because it brings me closer and closer to him. And bringing him closer to him and being closer and closer to him, he helps me love myself more. Okay? That is one. Number 2, gratitude. Guys, you might be blessed so much and you don't even realize it. And you forget. Guys, someone Kenya naambianga wewe anataka kuingia kwa video tu. Someone somewhere admires the life you're having right
now.
True. Unajua hivyo? Like someone somewhere admires your life. Hata kama life yako
inataka kuwa kama huyu.
Kama hauna chakula leo, Mungu kuna mtu mahali ana admire hata angeweza kubreathe. Unaelewa? Na kuna hiyo chakula. Unaelewa? Like someone somewhere admires to have what you have. So never take what you have for granted. Even though it feels like it's nothing, be grateful for that. God will pour and more and more and more. And that's something that I've come to learn pole. Like be grateful of every single thing. Of waking up, of the friends you have, of the family that you have around you, of the people, of every single thing. And you can now in your life, be grateful for it. That's number 2, guys. Number 3, affirmations. Guys, I cannot emphasize this more. Affirm yourself as many as you can. Sometimes unaamka and you feel like today by this is beautiful. Sometimes you feel like your body is not good enough. Like you feel you're not good enough, but you need to affirm yourself and tell yourself by the way, because I think I'm good, I'm great, I'm beautiful, I am special, I am wanted. Unajua, affirm yourself.
Me kuna like one thing that I didn't. You see the way you see people perfect. I'm 100% sure there's someone who sees your YouTube or like you posting and she's like,
wewe uko perfect.
Msichana akiana msichana ako happy, but you don't know, like you don't know what it takes. Exactly, you know. So like just be grateful. If you can even raise a finger, be grateful. Because if there's one thing we're not grateful for, I feel like we are not doing most is being grateful. We see where we want to go and we don't see where we are. Like tunapanga, you see where penye tumetoka ndo saizi penye wewe uko. You know, there's a place that I was like, okay, good, me I just want to go and be in college. I want to finish my hata mpaka tu nimalize tu diploma. Nimemaliza diploma sahi. And what I'm not grateful about my diploma. I'm like, I want a degree. You know,
there are many other ways.
Yeah, but
comment hapo chini, we'll share more of it.
Yeah, God is a big deal, man. So the last question is, what will you tell yourself in those bad days?
What will I tell myself in those bad days? There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
That I will tell, short, clear and brief. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Wherever you are, you don't know about it, no one knows about it, but God knows about it. That place that you are, whatever you're struggling with, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There is good days. Like me, your time nilikuwa na go through hizi vitu zote ungeniambia kuna brighter days. And where I am right now, mpaka niko na nyumba yangu, familia yangu. Aki singewahi amini, but trust me, there are lighter days, there are better days, there are brighter days for you ahead. So don't fucking give up. Don't give up at all. Push yourself harder and harder each day. Yeah, that's what I'd give myself.
For me, it gets better. Like it will always get better. Hapo when you feel uko stuck, there's nowhere. I'm not saying anything. Like imagine it will. And when it gets better,
hakuna reverse.
Man, you'll just be grateful.
Yeah.
And one thing,
remember to be grateful.
Yeah. Napia God. Mimi nitasisitiza jamani, this man is so it's so good. I can't even find the right words. You know, nakanga naongelelea about God with my friends and I'm like, I can't. Like crazy. Oh God, crazy man. Nakanga tell them like, nimekufanyia hizi vitu, but you're still there. So maybe wewe umeenda, you've been like away from God and you're like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how, but just talk to him. He's always there, like anakwanga hapo next to you. Anangoja tu mwambie, God, Daddy, I'm here, and he'll always come through for you. So yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed.
Hope you have enjoyed this episode up to this point. Akiwa, it has been great. It has been unfiltered. It has been raw. Hope you enjoy. Hope you're loving it here, and we can't wait to hear your responses. Hapo chini, tell us what you want to hear more and more and more. And it has also been good to have you here. Lazima to appreciate yani. Sawa tunaanza self love pole pole. To preach water to
drink wine.
So it has been good. We have had a good time. I have enjoyed this session with you. You and him. Grace and
ni mshambo hivyo. Wa. Najua mjirelate.
Hebu niambie.
But anyway, nikwambie.
Niambie haraka.
Sasa so relax kwanza nitafute maneno.
Self-love.
Anyway, it has been nice. Thursday nafika lini tu ingine because it's always nice. Yeah, it's always nice to have
too much. By this video you can tell we have too much to share that we have not even shared and uncovered, and I know you have too much to give back to us and to listen. Hope we inspire somebody out there. Sawa. Feel love and appreciate sana guys. Love you. See you on the next one.